Hey y'all, my name is Sarah and welcome to my channel. Hi everyone, so today I'm going to briefly give you some further thoughts on the Neocolor II wax pastels. Just to summarize, these are water-soluble wax pastels. I don't think they actually have wax in them. I think they use some sort of binder chemical. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I have been drawing this still life of vegetables from our garden actually several times over the past couple of weeks, just because it's good practice. It's a photo I took myself. I can use it for lots of things. It's colorful. So this is actually my second painting with these vegetables. The first was in my sketchbook. It was okay, but I used some paints that I wasn't entirely thrilled with for that painting, and so I wanted to do another one that we could actually hang in the kitchen. I used the Caran d'Ache Neocolor IIs here. Now, I went into this intentionally using the Neocolors for the base layer and all the subsequent layers of this painting, and I'm pretty sure I did not leave any layers undissolved. I wanted to see what I could do with the Neocolors in a more traditional way, I suppose. So I did probably 2, 3, in some places 4 layers of color. And in that sense, the Neocolors are great. You can layer them pretty much perpetually as long as you wet them between layers. So in that way, I do like them. The thing that I don't like about the Neocolors is that they're a bit tedious, especially on the first layer. And what you get from that first layer really isn't very attractive. I feel like I could do better with regular watercolors for the base layer and then create texture and interesting effects with the Neocolors on top of that. That is how I started with using the Neocolors originally. And I think I've pretty much decided to just go back to that. I think it's faster and easier and looks better. So you're gonna see me create this entire painting with the Neocolors, but this is not how I would recommend that you use them, especially if you are used to using traditional watercolor, you like it, you enjoy it. If that's the case, I think you would be much better off doing your base layer just with your regular watercolors. Do your wet and wet techniques, get your, a good solid base foundation down, and then go in as a sort of finishing layer or a couple of finishing layers with your Neocolors. Dissolve them or don't dissolve them, that's totally up to you, but I think they're just more effective and useful in that way. So after the speed paint is done, I'm going to come back to you and talk a little bit more because I did something interesting with this piece after it was done. Doing this shadow was one of the places I got really frustrated because it was much more difficult to create those soft edges I was looking for with the Neocolors as compared to watercolor. I would have been much happier doing this process in watercolor. It would have been faster and far less tedious. So here is the finished work. Honestly, I think it looks interesting. It has some interesting textures, but I think I would have been happier with it if I had combined watercolor with the Neocolor. So, you know, everybody's experience is different, but in my case, my personal recommendation is to use the two combined rather than trying to do complete pieces with the Neocolors. I apologize for the weird lighting, but at this point I decided to try something interesting. I ended up scanning the finished work because I sort of considered it a backup plan because I was going to do something crazy with it. So I scanned the finished work and I tried to do a couple of prints of it, and I couldn't be bothered to get the colors set correctly. The print was far too yellow. So I took one of the bad prints and decided to color it with oil pastels. So this is just a little extra snippet of fun for you to watch. I'm not entirely happy with how this turned out either, mostly because of the background, but you know, this is really just to show that everybody has experimental work. Everybody does interesting things that they may not like the end result of, but the important part is what you did to get there and what you learned along the way, so you can apply that information to future projects. So I won't be hanging this oil pastel work on the wall anytime soon, but I had fun making it and I learned a little bit about what I like and don't like with oil pastels, and that will help me in the future. I sure do hope that you enjoyed coming along with me on this adventure. I hope you learned a little something about yourself, or about art, or about what not to do, or maybe you like what happened. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. I hope you'll like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any suggestions for future videos or questions about this project or anything else, leave me a comment down below. I'm happy to chat. Bye!